गुड मॉर्निंग, नमस्कार सबको, भारत के दोस्तों को, विश्व के दोस्तों को मेरा नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग। Constitution of India, Bharat, very important talk. Every day I'm conducting just to tell you about what is our constitution, which is very important, very significant for everybody to know. And it's better if you know as soon as possible in your interest, in national interest, in public interest, in everybody's interest. Which is very, very serious document, very good document, excellent document, based on which everything is moving in our country. Government is moving, our institutions are moving, nation is moving, law is moving, and without this nothing moves. It's a very important document and very good for you to understand. Very important, very, very important for each citizen of this country, each of us. We should know about this. And yeah, it's very, very significant one. Every day I'm repeating this same because you should know what we are and how we are. And before going further, I would like to say same again. I would like to say same again as about constitution of this country. We people of Bharat, हम भारत के लोग, we people of Bharat, India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India Bharat into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring dignity of individual and unity and integrity of nation, that is Bharat and India, in our Constituent Assembly this day, 26 November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. हम भारत के लोग सत्य निष्ठा से ये निष्कर्ष पर पहुँचे, हल पर पहुँचे कि हम भारत को गठित करें, इंडिया को गठित करें, एक सर्व संपूर्ण प्रभुसत्ता समाज के ऊपर, सामाजिक व्यवस्था के ऊपर, सोशलिस्ट व्यवस्था के ऊपर, धर्मनिरपेक्ष या पंथ निरपेक्ष देश, एक ऐसा स्थान के ऊपर, ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूशन के ऊपर जो बिल्कुल पंथ निरपेक्ष हो, लोकतांत्रिक हो, गणतांत्रिक हो और इसके हर नागरिक को हम ये सिक्योर कर सकें, ये निचोड़ दे सकें, उसको ये हक दे सकें बिना किसी रोक टोक के कि उसको न्याय मिले, सामाजिक न्याय, आर्थिक न्याय, राजनीतिक न्याय, उसको स्वतंत्रता हो विचारों को एक्सप्रेस करने की, बोलने की, लिखने की, विश्वास की, सत्यवादिता की, स्वामी भक्ति की तथा पूजा पाठ की पद्धति की, बराबरी का हक हो हर पद के लिए और हर अवसर के लिए, तथा उसके अंदर उन्नति करें, आगे बढ़ाने का रास्ता दें सबको भाईचारे के रूप में, जिससे कि हर व्यक्ति की, हर नागरिक की यहाँ पर मान सम्मान पूरा हो, देश की एकता हो, देश की अखंडता बनी रहे। और हम इस 26 नवंबर 1949 को आज के दिन हमारी संवैधानिक सभा में हम इस डॉक्यूमेंट को, इस संविधान को अडॉप्ट करते हैं, स्वीकार करते हैं, इसको नियमित करते हैं, लेजिस्लेट करते हैं और इसको हम स्वयं अपने आप को समर्पित करते हैं। यह है हमारे संविधान का प्रियम्बल। We people of this country, people of Bharat, India, having solemnly resolved to constitute Bharat, India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social justice, economic justice and political justice, liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith and liberty of worship, equality of status and equality of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity. Fraternity, remember, assuring dignity of each individual and maintaining unity of our country and integrity of our country. And on this 26th day of November 1945, in our Constituent Assembly, we adopt this Constitution. We legislate this Constitution and we give to ourselves this Constitution. This is preamble of our Constitution. ये है हमारे संविधान की बुक का, संविधान का सबसे ऊपर का पेज जिसमें शक्ति है, which is very powerful document page. It's called preamble. It's lead of this document. It is order of this document that this document contains everything which permits all these characters, all these parameters, all these criteria to each and every citizen, and that is very important consideration. Maybe you have not analyzed this consideration, but now time has come in 2019 that we have to contemplate on how to understand this preamble before going into complete details of 395 articles and various annexures and various schedules and various other provisions and amendments on Constitution of this country, Bharat, India. It's not difficult. Again, it's not easy as well. Being a citizen of India, Bharat, it is fundamental duty of everyone to understand this first, because this is basic structure of Constitution, this is design of Constitution, this is direction of Constitution, this is one part of Constitution which is very significant on top of Constitution, because this leads Constitution and it is linked to fundamental duties of Constitution which were amended by Indira Gandhi and added to 51A, Article 51A, Part 4 of Constitution, Part 4A, 51A, and that is duties of every citizen, fundamental duties, and we have to read both in combination. Let me first tell you what duties are. I know, I told before, but maybe you forgot that. So let us first understand duties and really then link together. How to link duties is very important, because just duties are not adequate. Duties means you are not employee anyway, but question doesn't mean here employee. Question is, if you want constitution's power to be given to you, if you want all rights and constitution to be given to you, if you want all privileges and constitution given to you, if you want to be prime minister of this country, if you want to be president of this country, if you want to be minister of this country or MP or MLA or whatever you want from this country is ready to give to each and every citizen. But for that you have to qualify. And this qualification means doesn't mean academic qualification. I'm not talking of that. I'm talking of a parametric qualification, a qualification that each citizen should have, and that is very important to understand. It's not simply saying that I am prime minister. No, prime minister is elected, of course. Prime minister elected by MPs and member of parliament. The question is, prime minister must have some characters. Public must have some characters. Prime president must have some characters. All people in this country, members of this country, citizens of this country, and all must have that understanding, that character which this demands. So let us know first fundamental duties, as I explained before also, but let us repeat it because this is very important to understand. Though if you repeat every time, that doesn't matter, it takes only 2 or 3 minutes. So it doesn't make a difference. So we should know what these are, and all leaders of various parties must know all these. Every citizen of this country must know all these. And then talk of rights, privileges, and other items, other articles included in the Constitution. So let us refer to fundamental duties, Article 51A. It says, it shall be duty of every citizen of India, Bharat, that I'm adding Bharat, though it's not written in Constitution, Bharat, but that is important to know. The India of the Bharat I'm using, it doesn't make a difference. I am also putting this text into your video text on the page of text, so you can refer there also, both are there. Part preamble as well as this fundamental duty chapter is there. So what I am saying is, duty is abide by Constitution. You have to abide by Constitution. You have to respect its ideals, respect, to abide by Constitution, respect its ideals and institutions, national flag and national anthem, to cherish and follow noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, Bharat, to defend country and render national service when called upon so to do or do so, to promote harmony and spirit of brotherhood among all people of India, Bharat, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities to renounce practice derogatory to dignity of women, to value and preserve rich heritage of our culture, to protect and improve natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. Who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunity for education to child or, as case may be, ward between age 6 and 40 years. These are basic fundamental duties, very interested and very compulsory, though these are not unlimited, these are limited, but these are unlimited practically. It simply says abide by constitution. Very simple to say, abide by constitution. संविधान के हिसाब से काम कीजिए, इसके इसके ख्यालों को, इसके आइडियल्स को, इसके सिद्धांतों को रिस्पेक्ट कीजिए, मानिए, इसके संस्थानों को मानिए, राष्ट्रीय फ्लैग, राष्ट्रीय झंडे को मानिए, राष्ट्रीय गान को मानिए, इनकी इज्जत कीजिए। जो इनमें नोबल आइडियाज हैं, अच्छे आइडियाज हैं, उनके आपको फॉलो करना है, जिन्होंने हमारे जिनकी वजह से हमने स्वतंत्रता संग्राम के अंदर काम किया, हमारे राष्ट्र को संघर्ष करना पड़ा तथा हमको स्वतंत्रता मिली अंग्रेजों से। उस समय अंग्रेजों से मिली स्वतंत्रता, और हमें अपने सर को उठाना है देश के, हमें अपने प्रभु संपन्नता के स्टेटस को संभाल के रखना है, रक्षा करनी है, देश की एकता की रक्षा करनी है तथा देश की अखंडता की रक्षा करनी है, भारत की अखंडता की रक्षा करनी है। हमको इस कंट्री को रक्षा करनी है, जब जरूरत पड़े हमें अपनी सेवाएं देनी है इस देश की रक्षा के लिए। जब भी हमें कहा जाए या हम समझे कि आवश्यक है, हमें स्थापना बनाए रखनी है, हमें शांति बनाए रखनी है, सभी लोगों में शांतिपूर्वक रहना है और एक साथ भाईचारे के हिसाब से रहना है। हमारी आत्माएं देश की ऐसी हों कि हम सब मिलके भाईचारे में रहें, हमारे देश के लोगों के अंदर, भारत के देश के लोगों में एकता बनी रहे और एक तरह से समन्वय बना रहे, ना कोई धर्म का भेदभाव हो, ना एक धर्म दूसरे धर्म के कुछ बोले खिलाफ उसके विरुद्ध बोले, ना उसकी बेइज्जती करे। सारे धर्मों की इज्जत की जाए, हर व्यक्ति करे, तथा हर भाषा की इज्जत की जाए, बोले या ना बोले, आए या ना आए, लेकिन उसे बुरा भला ना कहें। तथा जितने भी समाज के अंदर सेक्शंस हैं, जितने भी क्षेत्र हैं, सबकी इज्जत की जाए, क्योंकि यहाँ बहुत क्षेत्र हैं, बहुत भाषाएं हैं, बहुत धर्म हैं, बहुत जातियां हैं। तथा हमेशा महिला की इज्जत की जाए, उसको खराब ना कहा जाए, उसके वो अन्याय ना किया जाए, और जो भी हमारे यहाँ गलत प्रैक्टिस है उसको हटाया जाए, उसको खराब किया जाए। तथा जो भी कीमत है हमारे देश के अंदर, हमारे पुरानी संस्कृति की, जिसको कीमत मैं कह रहा हूँ लेकिन उसका कोई मूल्य नहीं होता है, उसकी रक्षा की जाए। हमारे से जो हजारों सालों से जो भी मिला हमारे देश को, हमारे पुराने रिचुअल से, पुराने रिवाजों से, पुरानी परंपराओं से उसको चलने दिया जाए, जब तक कि वो परंपराएं दूसरों की परंपराओं को नुकसान ना दे। हमें रक्षा करनी है कुदरत की, रक्षा करनी है वातावरण की, हमें रक्षा करनी है प्रकृति ने जो धन हमें दिया है, जिसमें हमें जंगल दिए हैं, हमें पानी के सोर्स दिए हैं, झील कह सकते हैं, नदियां कह सकते हैं, जंगली जीवन दिया है और बहुत कुछ दिया है, जितने भी आत्माएं दी हैं, जितने भी शरीर दिए हैं, मानव शरीर, दूसरे शरीर, उन सब की हमको रक्षा करनी है। तथा हमें एक ऐसा वैज्ञानिक माहौल तैयार करना है, विज्ञान को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, मानवता को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, तो मानवता के काम आए। तथा जो भी हम समझते हैं सीरियसनेस बनी रहनी चाहिए और सुधार होता रहना चाहिए। सार्वजनिक प्रॉपर्टी का, सार्वजनिक चीजों का नुकसान ना किया जाए, डैमेज खराब ना किया जाए, क्षति ना की जाए संपदा की, सार्वजनिक संपदा की। सार्वजनिक संपदा सभी की होती है, इसलिए उसका ख्याल रखना होगा। हमें एक ऐसे एक्सेलेंस की तरफ जाना है हर क्षेत्र में, हर इंडिविजुअल को, हर एक व्यक्ति को जाना है एक ऐसे क्षेत्र की तरफ जहां हम एक्सपर्ट कहलाएं, जहां हम प्रैग्मेटिक कहलाएं, और जहां भी कलेक्टिव काम हो, सबका मिलकर काम हो, मिलजुल के काम हो, उसके में हाथ बढ़ाएं, आगे बढ़ाएं, और जिससे अंदर हमारा देश आगे बढ़े, ऊंचाइयों पर जाए, वैज्ञानिक के रूप में, विज्ञान के रूप में, दूसरे रूप में अर्थशास्त्र के रूप में, स्वास्थ्य के रूप में, स्वतंत्रता के रूप में, किसी भी रूप में, दिमाग को ऊंचा करने के रूप में, और जो भी हम जी पाए, पा पाए हमारे जीवन में, उसको आगे बढ़ाएं, देश के सभी लोगों के काम आए और विश्व के काम आए। हर व्यक्ति जो माता पिता बन चुका है, जो अभिभावक है, उसका कर्म है, उसकी ड्यूटी है, उसका फर्ज है, उसको मौके मिलने चाहिए, अवसर मिलने चाहिए अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए, और ख़ास तौर से जो बच्चे 6 से 14 वर्ष के हैं उनको पढ़ाने के लिए। ये सिर्फ दिए हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, संविधान जो मैंने आपको बताया, दिस आर ऑल इंक्लूडेड इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आर्टिकल, दैट्स फंडामेंटल ड्यूज, आर्टिकल 51A पार्ट 4 ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। दिस इज ओनली फॉर गाइडेंस पर्पस, देयर कैन बी मेनी मोर रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज व्हिच आर नॉट मेंशन्ड हियर, बट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस। वंस you consider they are a member of this country, you are a member of Bharat India, you are a citizen of this country, you have to think of this country from each and every part, not only whatever is given here, that's only a brief part of that. You have to take this country as your honor of this country. Now we have 140 crores people in this country. This means every person is honor of this country, since one person is born and the time one person expires. In between this duration, that person owns this country to an extent 1 over 140 crores value. You cannot sell this country. No one has right to sell this country, and this country cannot be sold. Those countries are never sold. So we have to think, we have to consider that these preambles of constitution of this country and fundamental duties of this country are integrated together. If you want one thing, you have to do the other thing. If you want powers and rights and privileges from our country, our nation, our Bharat, India, as citizen of this country, you want something from that, then you have to fulfill your duties also. If you are not doing duties and you expect these powers, forget that. Forget that. Both are together, both run together. If some citizen intends to get some opportunity, that person must be capable of that, and that person must abide by constitution, because opportunities comes only from power of constitution and not from otherwise. We are not given opportunities by other countries. We have to self-made country. We are self-reliant country. We are doing ourselves. When we got independence in 1947, there's nothing in this country. Not even needle. Sewing needle was manufactured. Nothing was manufactured. Only whatever we had was given by development, which was conducted by business people and nothing else. And we had no food. We have only 240, you can say. I remember from some sources we had only 240 crores budget every year. And now we have a 24 lakh crore budget, or I think 25 lakh crore budget in 2009. See what's the difference now? At that time, it was 230 or 5 or 30 to 40 crores budget in 1947, and dollar was 1 rupee equal. And now it's 70 rupees equal. This is the difference. So we have to see that we are living in a country which is our country. We made this country. We made this country economic-wise. We made this country constitutional-wise. We made this country power-wise. We have to develop this country. We developed a lot since we got 1947 independence, but it is too small we got. It's only a period of 70 years, and still we are too young. We are infant in this stage, but we cannot remain young. We have to convert to adolescent, and then we have to convert to then you can say mature person, and then to pragmatic person, and then to veteran person, like that senior veteran. So we have potential here in our country, and that potential is youth. About 40 to 50% youth in this country, and we have potential about our, can say, intelligentsia. We have a lot of artificial intelligent people like engineers, doctors, CAs, educated people, professors, teachers, and also semi-educated like nurses, like compounders, and like you can say foremen, like you can say mechanics and technicians, and then unskilled people like all working class, all those people who work by hands on locations, on sites, and this is a complete power we have. We have pragmatic people, veterans and seniors who have a lot of experience in their life. Of course, they are retired, but doesn't matter. Mind doesn't work. Mind works all times. We can expect help from there. We can expect input from there. So what we say, if you want to get this country into your use, you want to use this country for you, you have to first of all care for its preambles. Preambles is not simply a statement. No, it's not simply a statement. It's a content. It's a speech. It's a written document. You have to analyze this document. You have to understand powers of this document. And these powers you can use only this preamble session that you can be Prime Minister of this country, you can be Member of Parliament of this country, you can be President of this country, you can go to whatever extent the skies are limit according to this preamble. There's no restriction of any individual person on this preamble. There's no restriction to any religion on this person, on this preamble. There is no other detail that bars someone. No mention of religion, no mention of caste, no mention of whatever you understand negative foundation. No, it's all complete positive. Preamble says you have an opportunity to do it if you are capable. It simply says, because you did this constitution, it's your constitution, you framed this, you designed this, you devised this, you adapted this, you enacted this, and you gave it to yourself. That is more important. Each citizen has this ownership. Each citizen say, we people of Bharat here, I can say, I belong to Bharat. We people of Bharat, India, having solemnly resolved to constitute my Bharat, India, into a sovereign, socialist, secular republic, democratic republic, and I secure to all citizens, and we secure to all citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, justice of society, social values, social opportunities, membership of society, value of society, power of society, and justice of economic opportunities, justice to develop economic-wise, so we can develop our people to society values, means we are a member of society, we can improve society, improve individual, we can reach to whatever level of social stratification, no bar. We can create society, we can improve society, we can develop society, we can develop ourselves. Economic is in our hand. We have to use microeconomy to macroeconomy of national level into whatever we can make ourselves money wise, or we can spend money how we think, the way we think, and it's for the purpose of development. We have economic power, we have political power. In political power, one can become a municipal councillor, one can become MLA, one can become member of parliament, one can become president, one can become whatever position you have in politics, you can do that. One can become Panchayat member, one can become, means there is least limit. You can become a member of your society, you can be president of your society, you can have a trust, you can whatever you want, you have a management of everything. You can open your company and work accordingly. No problem, no bar. You can join army, you can join defense, you can join wherever you want. This is justice to everybody. This is called principle of justice. This is called justice. This is not justice I'm talking about in courts. Court justice is something else. It's when you violate when somebody pulls your right, snatches your right, and debarks you from that right, then you can go to court of law. But this is something else. This is not that. This is court of people of this country. This is court of society. This is called super court. In fact, this is which gives justice to the social level, justice economical level, and justice at political level. And then comes liberty. Liberty means a kind of freedom. Liberty is a kind of absolute freedom, but that absolute is limited here by under law. It's your thoughts are free. You can think whatever you want. Nobody is going to stop you. Don't think like that, and then express that. If you can think something, you think that is thoughtable, applicable, and that can be used, and you can express that in speech, or you can express it in writing, or you can interact with people, or you publish whatever you do. That's called thought and expression, and then belief. You will do that, and that is based on belief. Belief is one thing. Belief cannot be forced, and force can be enforced on others. If you believe something, because you believe. It's not necessary what you believe, I believe. It's not necessary. Belief is individual. If I believe something, it doesn't mean another person should believe the same thing. There can be 50%, 50 beliefs. And faith. Faith is also the same thing. You believe in whatever faith you want. It's up to you. Nobody can stop you. You believe Shiva, you believe Brahma, you believe Allah, you believe Guru Granth Sahib, you believe whatever you want. It's your choice. Nobody can stop you. But up to you, confined to you, resigned to you, not impacted upon to someone else. Right? And based on this, you can go to whatever method of worship, whatever method of faith, whatever method of concentration. You can be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Parsi, both, Thai, white, whatever you want, you can be, but to individual level or to your family level, not to level of neighborhood, not to level of other. If they don't want, if members of neighborhood don't like it, don't do it. It's that worship. And then equality of status and opportunity. Status has many parameters if you define status, but nowadays people consider only haves to be status, and haves means those have riches, those have all facilities, those are have money, power, and those are playing games in public, and that's called status. But status has many, I got many more meanings. Status means what qualification you have, what personality you have, what contribution you have to society, what contribution to your nation, what contribution you have to world, what is your mind setup, what is your working case, where you are working, what you are working, you are doing job, you are doing business, you are doing coordination, and whatever you do in your life, what family you have, how many people in you, how what you are doing for your family, what you are doing for neighborhood. Means this status has no limit, it can be defined anyway. It doesn't mean if I have a very big money, I have big money, I have a big good position, I have a big car, I have status. No, that is one part of status. There are many parts of status that can be defined, but unfortunately so far it has not defined our country. It must be defined with what score you have. It's not defined. Well, time comes and things change, and everything changes. The time will tell you what to do, what not to do. And it's opportunity. Means opportunity is very powerful. Means if you do something, you get opportunity. If you don't do something, you sleep, you don't get the opportunity. If you keep sleeping, you do nothing for your nation, for your family, for yourself, you can't get opportunity. If you don't go to school, don't do college, don't learn some technical work, don't do anything, how can you get opportunity? You cannot get opportunity by sleeping. Maybe you are rich in something else. You maybe you may use power of your family. That is something else. But opportunity means you should do something yourself. You should be allowed to do something which you are capable of. You are constantly when you must have dedication for that and devotion for that too. For others, you should not think of the fruit of that or result of it to deliver to you immediately. It takes time for result, but don't worry about result because you are doing something for this nation. And that opportunity is given by nation, not by someone else, so you have to return it back. That is called equality of status and opportunity. And then to promote among them all, what to promote all people are yours. You are all members of the. It doesn't matter what religion belong. We see how to help each other, cooperate with each other, and in that uniformity, though the uniformity is there of conduct uniformity is there, but there is heterogeneity of religions, heterogeneity of caste, heterogeneity of sections. Despite having all mix up of this heterogeneous volume of these people, heterogeneous combinations, you have a homogeneous degree to lead them under promotion of fraternity. And fraternity is individuals and combined with means they believe that are all siblings, they're all cousins, they're all brothers and sisters, irrespective of whatever faith they belong to, and they have to remain united. And means when people are united, means states are united, public is united, means nation is united, then everybody is under constitution of this country. Everybody is going to abide by this constitution of this country. And when you abide by constitution, you have to abide by legal framework. And when you abide by legal framework, there can be no harm, there is no dispute, no, but still there are disputes because individuals are different. And then you have to integrate nation. So this integrates this nation. All states are integrated, all public is integrated despite having different religions, different sects and different religions, different languages, different cultures. So that is what it says. It's very simple definition I have given to you in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But I want, I can give further explanation by writing this, but that will not serve any purpose. My purpose is only to apprise you about what preambles are and what fundamental duties are. What I'm saying is fundamental duties is more powerful. Fundamental duties pull your powers, pull preambles to you. If you don't do anything in this country, you are not concerned about this country, you don't think about this country, and you think that I am free of these duties, you cannot get benefits of. Of course, by your power, by your might, by your political power, political backing, you may get something, but that cannot stay with you for long, remember. Work is worship, it says, and duty is also worship. Fundamental duty is worship. You are working wherever you work in this country, or you work abroad and stay as a citizen of this country. Even from overseas, you have to work for this country, and you can work easily. There is no part to that. That's why I'm saying. Once, if you want this power, if you think India is mine, Bharat is mine, this means fundamental duties also mine. This means preambles also mine. This constitution is mine. This means I have to work for this country, not for sake of money, for sake of this country. Because those people who lost their lives in freedom struggles, they did not think of money. They could get money, but they did not do it. They could not think of their family. They could not think of their marriages. Many had thousands of those. They could not think that they will have good houses and live in a luxurious life. No, they didn't that way. They just contemplated and dreamed for a free Bharat. But unfortunately, after having been liberated from clutches of British people, we could not understand what freedom is, what independence is. We are just moving in the same direction, the same narcotic derivatives, some drug, and they are not concerned about Bharat of India. All I understand is we have to change our attitude, we have to change our thought, we have to consider our conduct differently. It's not simply family conduct of individual something. We have to change our conduct to an extent this nation is concerned. Destination is nation, developed nation, superpower lead, but not my family's destination. No, my personal destination is nil. It's only that I am making, but my destination should create national destination. And national destination should give me back my nation, which I lost. Today's society is different. They are not thinking that way. They are not thinking the preamble says that way. They are not thinking fundamental duties say that way. They are thinking the wrong way. Everybody is having money. Everybody is behind money. Everybody is behind progress. Everybody is behind economic development. They are doing everything. They don't know where they are going to. No destination has been fixed. No milestone has been fixed. People are just running in blindness, running in darkness. They don't know where to go, and that's the problem. That's why we are discussing this. We are, of course, a nation. We are a free nation. We are a sovereign country. We are so having sovereignty. We are having secularism. We are having socialism. We are having democracy. We are having republic. Every power this constitution is giving us, and we are having this because we are a free nation. But we are not doing. We are not doing benefit of that. We are not. Our benefits. We should go to poorest of this country are not doing. You may say, what can you do? They are not doing. They are not working. You cannot say they are not working. Work is not available. That's one thing. But they should be given an opportunity to work. If a opportunity is grabbed by you, by those who don't work, they must get money. They say we must get food. Question is, it's duty of who? It is duty of every citizen of this country. It is duty of government of this country. It is duty of state of this country that they have to think for welfare of society, which is called welfare state. We are still not welfare state. America is a welfare state. England is a welfare state. Many countries in Europe are welfare state. Welfare state means you have to see that your people survive. But we are not thinking that way. We in fractions, something is happening somewhere that cannot be considered uniform consideration. No, we cannot say that. Something may be happening somewhere. But question is, why one person, a member of this country, should sleep without food? Why a member of this country, whatsoever level it is, should not go to a school? Why a person in this country should not have higher education? Why a person in this country should not have an opportunity to work? Every person in this country, every citizen in this country must get benefit of this constitution, benefit of our economic power, benefit of our national power. We should get whatever we have that belongs to this country, not to individual. Every individual is a trustee of wealth. Every individual is a trustee of someone. When it's required, he has to allow use for everybody. This is our constitution. This is called socialism. This is sovereign we are. This we have power of our country. We are not under slavery of British or someone else. That is called sovereignty. We are our own. Jan Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya Bharat Bhagya Vidata. Bharat Bhagya Vidata means Bharat is writing its own future. Bharat is writing its own luck. Means we people are making our luck. We are not getting any import of luck. Nobody is exporting us luck. We are working hard, we are making, we are dedicating, we are thinking, we are contemplating, and we are making our luck ourselves. Luck now and luck for future. That is called Bhagya Vidata. Jan Gana Mana. Jan means a people, Gana means republic, people. Man Bhagya Jan Bharat, Bharat of our country. Jan Gana Mana Adhinayak. Adhinayak, we are Adhinayak. We are leaders. Jan Gana Man Adhinayak Jaya, they say. Jan ki jai ho, gan ki jai ho, man ki jai ho, Adhinayak ki jai ho. Ha, jai of man, jai of gan, Jai of Jan. Jan means people, public. Public ki jai ho. Republic ki jai ho. Man ki jai ho. Adhinayak ki jai ho. Adhinayak, hum Adhinayak. I am Adhinayak. You are Adhinayak. People are Adhinayak. We are born leaders in this country. Don't think someone else. No, don't think Prime Minister is Adhinayak or President. We are leading them. We are appointing them. We are super leaders. People are leaders. Everybody is leaders. Everybody who thinks for this country in a better way, in a best way, to struggle for this country, to deliver to this country, whatever potential God has, that is called application of this preamble. We have first to give this to this country, then we expect something from this country. Country got me education. I got birth in this country. I use all resources of this country. When I was born, I was brought up at 5th age. Then I got into school. I got education from there. It doesn't matter if it's a government school, private school. All schools are social schools. Then we got higher and higher studies at cost of government, public. And then we developed our education. Then we started earning money and entered the profession. That's what I'm saying. This is that one. Up to that point, we are welfare state, but after that, we are not welfare state. The welfare state has failed there. Welfare state means people have to think about people. Government has to think about people, but we are not thinking about people. Unemployment is rising, employment dies. Struggle is rising, harmony dies. This is happening. Religious fractions are rising, unity is dying, and you can say brotherhood is dying. When brotherhood starts dying, and earth situation start fighting, economic situation falls, then country disintegrates. When there is a friction among society, religious friction, class friction, economic friction, so many other frictions, how you expect this country shall rise? We can imagine we are developed society, but we are not developed society. We are not even a unified society. We are not even a structural society. We are having many stratifications of society. Many influences are there. Many key people, all are key people. Top people think I am this, you are low. If a person is very rich, other person is having very poor, there can be no combination to that person is very poor. Top person, this my slave, I can use it the way I want. That should not happen, but that is happening. Though richest person is not primarily rich by his own efforts, he got backing and then he got this richness. He got our backing, our public backing, our resources backing, every backing, financial backing. He did nothing as an individual, but as a company owner, and he got benefit of that. Then he says, I am richest. No, not richest. Public is richest, because of public, you advance. If you are so powerful, forget this country, go to other country, earn there, and use that public. Go to England, go to America, and use resources there and use public there. You will not earn that much as you are earning here. Because here, people are not that expensive. Materials are not that expensive. You are getting benefit of that. And you are saying, I am richest. If you are richest, do something for this country. How many poor you are feeding every day? Shall you tell us richest person? How many poor you are helping? How many jobs you are going to them? How many schools you have opened? How many universities you have opened? What you have done for welfare people? You have done nothing. You just maybe stealing taxes. You may be doing something for your own. You may be building a very big building for your wife, for you, and for all that. Your family is enjoying, your relatives are enjoying, but you as an individual are doing for nation. What you do for nation? You may be donating billions of rupees to political parties. That is no use to us. Because that is the political parties, but you are donating to what you are doing to public is important. You do not to government, you don't to political party, you don't someone, you don't bother about that. Because that's money you are donating is not your money also. You are not absolutely on of that. You are just a trustee of that, and you are losing that trust as well. So what I am saying, people should be given equal opportunity, means in a graded way. Now opportunities are not in a grade. Opportunities are split. We have to defragment. Fragments are lying here just like within computer. Fragments are lying here and there. Here's this man is billionaire, this man is billionaire, this man is poorest should be, this man is a beggar, this one doesn't have a job. All this happening here, all fragments in each category are lying on roads. And we are not have to defragment them. First we have to defragment society. We have to allow work for everyone. We have to, it doesn't matter job. I'm saying everybody should have food. If somebody doesn't have a job, it's your duty to feed him. It's duty of the state to feed him. It's duty of society to feed him, because he has also to live. Of course, one doesn't have a job. This doesn't mean he cannot have food. Maybe job comes later, but he has to live. That's the more important. What I'm saying is, you be a citizen of a good country, bona fide citizen, good citizen only when you can understand yourself what you are doing for this nation. If you cannot understand, then you are no use in this nation. You are a scrap in this nation. You are a burden to this nation. You are just giving your load to this country's people. Think of this. Don't sleep. Sleep physically. Don't sleep mentally. Expect something from your own first. Use something, do some work. You're not doing work because you're educated class. You think, oh no, I am having degree, I just want to sit in office and to come work on computer. I don't know anything else. I'm MBA, I have to do only management, I have to do HR management or financial management, whatever management you have. I am an engineer, I will do only design work in office. Why engineers want to sit in office only? Why don't want to go to the field? Why doctors are sitting in the cities only? Why these expert doctors don't go to villages and remote areas? Because they want to enjoy life. They are doctors, they are under oath, they will serve humanity, but they are not serving humanity, not at all. You go to doctors in cities on private, which doing private practice and those in government, they are just confined to cities, to air-conditioned rooms, to hospitals which are very furious, which are very advanced. They want to sit everywhere. No one wants to go to see people's problem in villages, in towns, which are remote areas people cannot access. If a person comes from 1500 kilometers to Ames, what does it mean? This means there is no facility available in this area. That's why that person comes here in Ames in Delhi or somewhere else. Why this disparity? Why AIMS is not available in this area? Or Skoda hospital is not available in that person's area. Why that person has to travel 1000 to 150 kilometers and come to a location where hospital is available? This means we are not thinking for people. Health is a must. Food is a must. Maybe you don't have a house, no problem. You can stay in Joggi or you can stay in tent. But food is a must. You have to provide food. You have to provide treatment. That is a must. Who shall do it? What for government is there? What for public funds are there? What for it is there? But they are not concerned about this. For VIPs, everything is available. If Prime Minister is sick, oh, everything is there. All of it is there will be 20 doctors to treat him. If President is sick, maybe a whole hospital treats him. They send President or Prime Minister, overseas go there. Because they are leaders, they are rich people, they are having popularity, they are having big power, they are having government offices. It's complete abuse. Complete abuse. If a lowest person cannot get treatment and food, you have no right to have government treatment and food. Why? Who are you? You are a person selected by people. You were not qualified, there is no qualification, there is no examination for a Prime Minister President. It is because of public courtesy, it's because of public belief, public trust that you have come to this position. It is because of public, not because of your own. It's opportunity to a Prime Minister to work as Prime Minister. It is opportunity for a President to work as President. It's opportunity for a judge to work as judge. This is opportunity given by public under this preamble, under this constitution. So you have to think of that. Once you think I am Prime Minister and President, nobody can touch me. No, you can't be touched because you are a citizen of this country. You have a duty to do. Of course, there is no definition of Prime Minister duties. It's not defined. Even how Prime Minister shall be elected is not defined. Only defined is Prime Minister will be appointed by President of this country, and Prime Minister, on advice of Prime Ministers, ministers will be appointed by President. This is law. This is constitutional arrangement. But there is no definition what Prime Minister shall do, what our Prime Minister's duties are. It's not mentioned. What are duties of ministers are, it's not mentioned. What are duties of MPs are, it is mentioned in way of list. There is a union list, there is concurrent list, there is state list. This means they can enact laws for these points, for these entries which are mentioned in certain lists. There is a union list which says these under these points, Parliament can enact laws, and under this point, states can enact laws, and under concurrent list, both can enact laws. So a kind of indication is there that you have to enact laws, and main function of MP is enactment of laws. Debates, legislative work, it's work of MP and MLA. While work of ministers and prime ministers and chief ministers and those ministers and states is different. They have to execute their decisions. They have to execute their decisions about this list. They have to comply with laws. They have to bring proposals for laws. Function is like that. But these are not defined. When something is not defined, every donkey comes and I want to be MP. They don't know constitution. They don't know anything. They have no chance. They have no will even to open constitution and see what is there. But he wants to be MP. He wants to be prime minister. He wants to be everything. I am crazy of becoming MP and Prime Minister because these are constitutional positions. We can say high profile positions. This is highest positions in this country, and they want to enjoy highest position without understanding what position is. One has to study all this, but they are not studying, unfortunately. We are a society in wilderness. We are is living in a wilderness. You know what is wilderness? Jungle की दुनिया में रह रहे हैं हम. We don't know. We are not human beings. We are animals. We are only roaring. That's all. Until we analyze something, we understand our problem, we cannot resort to solution. It's a principle of life. If there's a problem, you study problem, you break problem points, you analyze them, understand them, and find solution, and then synthesize them and see results. That is called design. That is called understanding of something. That is called innovative research. You will get not one answer, you will get opted answers. Maybe for one problem, you get 3 or 4 answers. Then you have to select out of those. You have to, out of those answers, apply accordingly. This is what we call method. Method to solve problems. Method statement to solve problems. And if you don't understand problem, you will be in panic. You will find no solution. People will suffer. Nation will suffer. For example, water is not available. You cannot blame God. Rain is available. Source of water is same. Quantity of water is same. If you count how much water is in sea, how much water in rivers, and how much rain is giving, everything is same. It is not gone. There is no loss. What is available in air, what is available in soil, what is available everywhere. Only problem is we are not able to use that. We are not able to find solutions, find routes, how to use that, how to preserve that environment, how to preserve natural resource. As preamble says, as you can say, your duties say, you have to preserve it, natural resource. Water is natural source, sun is natural source. Sun, of course, you can use ultimately solar panels, but you cannot save sun also. You cannot save water. You can save water. You can preserve water, but we are not doing that. We have no philosophy as that. We are not even contemplated on that till now. Only speech. Prime Minister speaks. He doesn't give any method. He says, okay, you do it. Man ki baat, you do it. You are Prime Minister. You tell me how to do. You do it and give me. What is your purpose? You are Prime Minister of this country. You are President of this country. It is your duty to start something. Why don't you plan? You have no plan. You only say people preserve it, save it. It's very, very costly. It's very this and that. We know it. You have reached to that position for what? To tell me do it. You do it. Start this. You be a citizen of this country. Forget you are a Prime Minister. Start it. Do it. Tell me what to do it. It's your duty. That's why you are Prime Minister. If you cannot do it, you are not doing your job. You have experts with you, you have government officers with you, complete infrastructure you have. But they are not doing something. Why? Because you are not forcing them to do something. They are your people, your government. Do it. Why don't you start a design on this? Rivers are running dry in summer, and in the rain time there's a flood every time. And sometimes when there is no rain, this is complete famine, drought. Why? This is water is there. We are not able to control water. Flood means we are not able to control. When water is there, why don't you make dams? Why don't you have structures? Why don't you water resources, reservoirs? Why don't you have that? Who will do it? Money is with you, funds are with you, budgets are with you. Who is working? Nobody is working. Only speeches. Only dance in parliament. Ha 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 ha. Shame, 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 shame. Do something for country. No, we don't want your shame and your table thumping. No, we don't want that. Because you are not interested, you are not understanding anything, and that's why it is. I know you are not alone to be blamed. All past people, all past leaders are to be blamed, including public. Because public is not powerful to force you. This public, our people, which we call we people of this country, we can give to hours of this constitution, but we cannot force government to do something. This is a problem here. We are appointing MPs, and MPs are appointing prime ministers, and MPs are appointing president, but MPs are shallow. They are hollow. They cannot do something. They only do what prime minister says to do, or their party leader says to do. MP has no compact here, no disk here, no software here. software free, risk free, blank MP, unsound mind MP, no courage, no human. He should think of this country and propose something. This is job of MP. Why don't you raise questions about water shortage and what is solution? Why minister doesn't give solution? Where are those solutions? We have to solve problems of this country. Why lakes have gone? Where reservoirs have gone? Where that resource has gone? We have to do that. But we shall not do it. No, not at all. We will sell what is over there. We have very good railway system, but we cannot improve that. We expect someone else come and improve that. This is our criteria. Foolish criteria by foolish management of government and foolish people of this country. I call all are foolish because we are sleeping, we are not thinking, we are only interested in 8 hours, 10 hours job, come back and sleep, eat and sleep. That is what is happening. Why everybody is interested in job and salary? People are not thinking. Unfortunately, 140 crores people, they are not even 4 crores to think for this nation. Forget about us. I have not seen 10 doctors who think for this country. I have not seen 10 engineers who think of this country. I have not seen 10 other professionals who think of this country. And no professor thinks for this country. No minister thinks for this country. No MP thinks for this country. They think only to maintain their positions that you come back after 5 years and that's all. Prime Minister doesn't think for this country. President doesn't think for this country. And forget about judiciary. They will never think of this country. Who will think for this country? Foreigners? America shall think for you. Brazil shall think for you, or who shall the Arabs shall think for you? Nobody shall think for you. They will think only for themselves. How to exploit Bharat public, how to exploit Bharat resources, how they exploited us, and they made use of us. Salaries, those people who worked in Gulf, they know how they were exploited, and they got benefit. They developed themselves at low cost. An engineer from here working in Gulf gets 1/3 of what British gets. Was on exploitation, it was exploitation. Same work this engineer did, and less than this, that engineer did. Both have same positions, but double, 3 times to 4 times salary of British engineer or American engineers, then was given to our engineer. Same applies to workers, supervisors. They got because if there are 10 engineers, 2 only British, 8 maybe India or Pakistani. This is what I say. We exploit ourselves. No problem. We exploited. That time has gone. But question is, what to do? Why don't we think about ourselves? If we don't think about ourselves, people, first we have to respect ourselves. We have to respect our character. We have to respect our potential. We have to respect ourselves, our working style. We have to improve our working style. We have to change our contemplation, which is so far gone. No, we have to change work culture. We have to think that responsibility is a responsibility. It's not that it's my job, I give it to you, you do it, I give it to you, you do it. A chain is there for nothing. Why don't you do your job yourself? Why do you depend? You need a computer operator for typing for you. You type yourself, it takes 5 to 10 minutes, you type it and finish it. You think and do it. But this is not I am executive engineer, write it to SE. You please advise me. Everybody is posting. Why don't you do yourself? Same thing applies in every field. Why doctors don't go to villages? Why? Because they want to stay with their family, they want to stay at home, they don't want to do something, they have to look after their kids, they have to do everything for society. In society, they are doctors. They are not doctors for villages. They are not doctors for remote areas. What's the use of such doctors? You on one side, you are taking oath for that I will do everything for humanity. You are not taking any humanity, but you are not doing that. Same thing for engineer, sitting in air-conditioned room, not going to site to see how bad steel is being used, bad concrete is being done. Why is not going? Why is not worried about work? Why he can sleep without looking after work or worrying about? This is difference. A chartered engineer does everything, how to manipulate accounts. A lawyer thinks everywhere how to take dates and delay these cases. So there is more and more years of case and I get more and more money. And judges are not as serious. 3 crore case, no problem. Leave date and date. What I do, I am only judge, I cannot do anything. Every section is doing that way. From top echelon to bottommost echelon, all are doing that way. Trains are late, no schedule. Flights are late, no schedule. People are not working properly. Everything is a doldrum. Everything is in road. And we are saying, Mera Bharat, Guru, Vishwa Guru, world leader, world teacher. You are what teacher? You are not world teacher. You are a useless people. Useless people. Be serious if you want to raise this country. Be serious. Don't sleep until people are sleeping. People are really sleeping, physically sleeping as well as mentally sleeping. This is wealth. Doctors are wealth of this country. Engineers are wealth. Intellectuals they are. Professors are wealth. Teachers are wealth. I don't call political leaders wealth because they are scrap. They are completely scrap. A candidate for MLA position or a candidate for MP position, that person does not understand what job he has to do. How can you expect that person to work? That person is completely scrap. Rubbish, garbage. We appoint garbage. People appoint, see, unfortunately. We people appoint this garbage to sit in Parliament, Lok Sabha, and Rajya Sabha, don't ask. That is intelligent society. It must be intelligent. There must be analytical people, but they are all sitting like the boxes. They are not just doing research work. No research work. Example I noted before also. When some debate bill comes, when bill comes to Parliament, it is debated. What for? People sitting in Lok Sabha, they debate. MP sitting in Rajya Sabha, they debate, they question, they answer, but no use at all. Because when you vote, bill is passed, and when you vote, bill is rejected. It's question of vote only, and vote is head count, that's it. You are approving bills or disapproving bills because of head counts, like vote of confidence. Then why you conduct debates for what? What's meaning of debate? It's not relevant. You are conducting debates for sake of issuing journals, for sake of record. We don't want records, we want applications. If something is talked of and that is reasonable and logical, keeping beyond, so we can say keep aside your political powers, political parties. If some even from whatever party says something and that is logical and scientific, must be accepted and that's make you equally scored. But that's not happening. Hundreds of debates, hundreds of questions, answers, no use. Approve, yeah. Those who accept it say yeah. Eyes are more, eyes have this, nose have this, nose have it. Simple. Eyes have it, approved. Is this job of chairman or speaker only this? No analysis. If one man, suppose there are 20 speakers and there are 25 analysis. Based on those analysis, you should do something, but it's not happening. So what function it serves that person is intelligent, that person is brilliant, it serves no purpose, no function. This means we are having a house which is irrelevant. No need of that house. Better let public discuss and confer and then approve. Because public is more intelligent, these MPs and these MLAs. Public is on ground. They know facts. They know realities. These MPs and MLA are far off public. They don't know what public is. They are sitting only car and drivers there and they're reaching home and coming back from home. That's it. So why do we waste money on this? What purpose does it serve? It serves no purpose. Really extraordinary situation, outstanding situation. We don't expect this to be Bharat like that. Did Gandhi think Bharat like this? Did Netaji Subhash think Bharat like this? Who thought Bharat like this? Only these corrupt leaders of all parties. They don't worry about anything. Only their one aim, we have to win seat, that's all. Prime Minister, one destination, I should be in file. They name them stability of government. Why stability of government is required? Why not stability of work, you say? Stable government by chamchagiri is not enough. Your MPs are your MPs, not public MPs. If a Prime Minister consolidates MP for him, how they are public representative? They are your representative. They are not thinking of public. They think a Prime Minister there, I am there. He gets votes in names of Prime Minister. He does not get names in his own work, based on his own performance. People don't know who MP is. When people go to vote, they say, who is there? Okay, I'll put in the party or on Prime Minister. That's how. So you are not checking your MP performance. You don't even know who is your MP. You have never seen your MP or MLA, and he's your MP or MLA for what? He's a fake MP. Really? How can you call that person MP who doesn't work for you? He's not working for you. He's working for his party. He's working for Prime Minister. He's working to survive, and that's it. But he's charging money from your taxes. He is not charging money from Prime Minister's salary. He is not charging money from Prime Minister's account. He is charging money from public fund, consolidated fund, other funds. Why should I pay him then? When MP and MLA, they don't work for me, why should I pay their salary, their facilities, their remuneration? What for? Is my money free? Of course. Why should I pay tax in that case? But this is happening. MPs or MLA are public representatives. They have to think for public. They have to talk to public. They have to listen to grievances. But they are not doing that. Prime Minister is also not going to constitutionally listen to them. Whatever is it. Prime Minister, you are public, but you are also MP. You are not doing anything for your state, for your constituency. It applies to everyone. Congress, BJP, all same vote. Nobody is going after elections to someone. For 5 years, they don't even go to 10 times, forget every day. 5 years. And in 1 year, there are 52 weeks. 260 weeks. 260 weeks you are in power of your constituency. If you go, say, 10 weeks one time, you should go 26 times to your constituency in 5 years. But you are not going even 2 times. People didn't see you. What's your view? Why you are representative then? What is function you are serving? You are not serving function as public representative. You are serving function as MP. I am MP. Political position, constitutional position, and that's it. This is not required. Country shall not move like this. No. You have to change MP yourself. You have to change MLA yourself, or you will go into darkness. Public shall throw you out. They will put you in sea, and that's it. Sea of rejection. I'm not saying sea of water. You will be put in ocean of rejection. Your name shall go forever. Yes, you will get your pension, you will get your remuneration for which you came to power. I didn't ask you to spend 25 to 50 crores in election. You spent yourself. Who asked you? Who did ask you? Did public member ask you to spend this much? Why did you spend this much? That is your problem. My problem is I am spending on you, and I have to take return of that. You are not returning me. So you are a criminal for me. You have got a loan from me. That's a loan I have given to you in form of taxes. You are not returning that one. That's the problem. So we have to be very careful. It's not simply this. We are people of this country. We are asking you, public representatives, that you have to work for us. If you cannot work for us, we cannot excuse you. We cannot forgive you because you are our people. You have to do it. If you cannot do it, who bothers about you? We don't bother about you. We shall not bother about you. We shall never bother about you because you are a useless person. So I would say, I'll go to chapter part 19. That is miscellaneous, just to read for you, only for purpose of information. Article 361, which is Article 61, which is protection of president and governors and Raj Pramukh. This under miscellaneous provisions. President or governor or Raj Pramukh of a state shall not be answerable to any court for exercise and performance of powers and duties of his office or for any act done or purporting to be done by him in exercise and performance of those powers and duties, provided that conduct of president may be brought under review by any court, tribunal or body appointed or designated by either House of Parliament for investigation of a charge under Article 61. Provided further that nothing in this clause shall be construed as restricting right of any persons to bring appropriate proceedings against Government of India or Government of a state. No criminal proceedings whatsoever shall be instituted or continued against President or Governor of a state in any court during this term of office. No process for arrest or imprisonment of President or Governor of a state shall issue from any court during his term of office. No civil proceedings in which relief is claimed against President or Governor of a state shall be instituted during his term of office in any court in respect of any act done or purporting to be done by him in his personal capacity, whether before or after he entered upon his office as President or Governor of such a state, until Expiration of 2 months next after notice in writing has been delivered to President or Governor as case may be, or left at his office stating nature of proceedings, case of action, therefore in name, description and place of residence of party by whom such proceedings are to be instituted and relief which he claims. 361A. No person shall be liable to any proceedings, civil or criminal, in any court in respect of publication of a newspaper of a substantially true report of any proceedings of either House of Parliament or Legislative Assembly, or as case may be, either House of Legislature of a state, unless publication is proved to have been made with malice. Provided that nothing in this clause shall apply to publication of any report of proceedings of a secret sitting of either House of Parliament or Legislative Assembly, or case may be, as case may be, either House of Legislature of a state. These clauses shall apply in relation to reports or matters broadcast by means of wireless telegraph as part of any program or service provided by means of a broadcasting station, as it applies to relation in reports or matters published in newspapers. In this article, newspaper includes news agency, report containing material for publication of newspaper. 361B. A member of House belonging to any political party who is disqualified for being a member of House under paragraph 2 of 10th schedule shall also be disqualified to hold any remunerative political post for duration of period commencing from date of disqualification till date of which term of his office of such member would expire or till date on which contest an election to a house and declare elected, whichever is earlier. For this purpose of this article, in expression house has meaning assigned to in clause A of paragraph 1 of 10th schedule. Then it is expression remunerative political post means under government of India or government of a state where salary or remuneration for such offices paid out of public revenue of government of India or government of state as case may be, or under a body whether incorporated or not, which is wholly or partially owned by government of India or government of a state, and salary of remuneration for such office is paid by such body, except where such salary or remuneration paid is compensatory in nature. Article 362. Rights and privileges of rulers of Indian state, repealed by Constitution 26th Amendment Act 1971. Article 363. Notwithstanding anything in this Constitution but subject to provision of Article 143, neither Supreme Court nor any other court shall have jurisdiction in any dispute arising out of any provision of a treaty, agreement, covenant, engagement, sanad, or other similar instrument which was entered into, executed before commencement of this Constitution by any ruler of any Indian state, and to which government of Dominion of India or any of predecessor governments was a party, and which has been continued in operation after such commencement, or in any dispute in respect of any right accruing under or any liability or obligation arising out of any of provisions of this Constitution relating to any such treaty, agreement, covenant, engagement, sanad, or other similar instrument. In this article, Indian state means any territory recognized before commencement of this Constitution by His Majesty or Government of Dominion of India as being such a state, and ruler includes the prince, chief, or other person recognized before such commencement of His Majesty or Government of Dominion of India, or ruler of any Indian state. 363A. Notwithstanding anything in this Constitution or any law for time being in force, prince, chief, or other person who at any time before commencement of this Constitution, 26th Amendment Act 1971, was recognized by President as ruler of Indian state, or any person who at any time before such commencement was recognized by President, a successor of such ruler, shall on and from such commencement cease to be recognized as such rulers or successors of such ruler. On and from commencement of Constitution 26th Amendment Act 1971, previous to abolished is abolished, and all rights, liabilities, and obligations in respect of period persons respect of privy purses are extinguished, and accordingly ruler, or as case may be, success of such ruler referred to in clause A or any other person shall not be paid any sum as privy purse. 364.1. Notwithstanding anything in this constitution, President may by public notification direct that as from such date as may be specified in notification. Any law made by Parliament or by legislature of a state shall not apply to any major port or aerodrome, or shall apply thereto subject to such exceptions or modifications as may be specified in notification. Any existing law shall cease to have effect in any major port or aerodrome except as respects things done or omitted to be done before said date, or shall in its application into such port of aerodrome have effect subject to such exceptions or modifications as may be specified in the notification. In this article, major port means a port declared to be a major port by or under any law made by Parliament or any existing law, and includes all areas for time being included within limits of such port. Aerodrome means aerodrome as defined for purpose of enactments related to airways, aircraft, and air navigation. Article 365. Where any state has failed to comply with or to give effect to any directions given in exercise of executive power of union under any of provisions of this constitution, it shall be lawful for President to hold that a situation has arisen in which government of state cannot be carried on in aerodrome in accordance with provisions of this constitution. This is Article 365. Article 366. In this constitution, unless context otherwise requires, following expression have meanings hereto respectively assigned to them. That is to say, agricultural income means agricultural income as defined for purpose of enactments related to Indian income tax. An Anglo-Indian means a person whose father or any of whose other male progenies in male line is or was of European descent, but who is domiciled within territory of India and is or was born within such territory of parents habitually resident therein and not established there for temporary purpose only. Article means an article of this constitution. Borrow means includes raising of money by grant of annuities, and lien and loan shall be construed accordingly. Clause means a clause of this article in which expression occurs. Corporation tax means any tax on income so far as that tax is payable by companies and is taxed in the case of which following conditions are fulfilled: that it is not chargeable in respect of agricultural income, that no deduction in respect of tax paid by companies is by any enactments which may apply to a tax authorized to be made from dividends payable by companies to individuals, that no provision exists for taking tax so paid, that no provision exists for taking tax so paid into account in computing for purposes of Indian income tax, total income of individuals receiving such dividends on computing Indian income tax payable by refundable to such individuals. Corresponding province, corresponding Indian state or corresponding state means close cases of those such provinces in the state or state as may be determined by President to be corresponding provinces, the corresponding Indian state or corresponding state as case may be for particular purpose in question. Debt includes any liability in respect of any obligation to repay capital sums by ways of annuities, and any liability under guarantee and debt charges shall be considered accordingly. Estate duty means a duty to be assessed on by reference to principal value ascertained in accordance with such rules as may be prescribed by or under laws made by Parliament or legislature of a state relating to duty of on property passing upon death or the may deemed under provisions of said laws so to pass. Existing laws means any law, ordinance, order, bylaw, rule, or regulation passed or made before commencement of this Constitution by any legislature, authority, or person having power to make such a law, ordinance, order, bylaws, rules, or regulation. Federal Court means Federal Court constituted under Government of India Act 1935. Goods includes all materials, commodities, and articles. Guarantee includes any obligation undertaken before commencement of this Constitution to make payments in event of profits of an undertaking falling short of a specified amount. High Court means any court which is deemed for purpose of Constitution to be High Court for any state and includes any court in territory of India constituted or reconstituted under Constitution of High Court and any other court in territory of India which may be declared by Parliament by law to be High Court for all or any of purposes of this Constitution. Indian state means any territory which Government of Dominion of India recognize as such a state. Part means a part of Constitution. Pension. Pension means a pension, whether contributory or not of any kind whatsoever, payable to or in respect of any person, and includes retired persons so payable, a gratuity so payable, and in sum or sums so payable by way of return without interest thereon or any other addition thereto or subscriptions to a provident fund. Proclamation of emergency means a proclamation issued under Clause 1 of Article 352. Public notification means a notification in Gazette of India or as case may be official Gazette of a state. Railways doesn't include a tramway within a municipal area. A tramway, okay. Any other line of communication wholly situated in one state and declared by Parliament by law not to be a railway. Ruler means princely chief or other person who at any time before commencement of this Constitution, 26th Amendment Act 1971 was recognized by President as ruler of an Indian state or any person who at that time before such commencement was recognized by President as successor of such ruler. Schedule means schedule to Constitution. Scheduled caste means such castes, races, and tribes or parts of a group within such caste. Races or tribes as deemed under Article 341 to be scheduled castes for purposes of this Constitution. Scheduled tribe. Schedule means such tribes or tribal communities or parts of a group within such tribes or tribal communities as are deemed under Article 342 to be scheduled tribes for purpose of this Constitution. Securities include stock. Subclause means a subclause of clause in which expression occurs. Taxation includes imposition of any tax or impost, whether general or local or special, and tax shall be construed accordingly. Tax on income. Tax on income includes a tax in nature of excessive profits tax. Tax on it is sale of purchase of goods includes a tax on transfer otherwise than pursuance of a contract or property in any goods for cash, deferred payment or other valuable consideration. A tax on transfer of property in goods, whether as goods or in some other form involved in execution of a works contract. A tax on delivery of goods on hire, purchase or any system of payment by installments. A tax on transfer of right to use any goods for any purpose, whether or not for a specified period, for cash, deferred payments or other valuable consideration. A tax on supply of goods by any unincorporated association or body of persons to members thereof for cash, deferred payments, or other valuable consideration. A tax, a tax, a tax on supply by way of or as part of any service or any other manner whatsoever of good, being food or any other article for human consumption, or any drink, whether or not intoxicating, where such supply or service is for cash, delivered payment, or other valuable consideration. And such transfer, delivery, or supply of any good shall be deemed to be a sale of those goods by person making transfer or delivery or supply, and a purchase of those goods by person to whom such transfer, delivery, or supply is made. Union territory means any union territory specified in first schedule and includes any other territory. Any other territory comprised within territory of India but not specified in schedule. 367. Unless context otherwise requires, General Clauses Act 1897 shall subject to any adaptations and modifications that may be made therein under Article 372 apply for interpretation of this Constitution as it applies for interpretation of an act of legislature of Dominion of India. Any reference in this Constitution to acts or laws of or made by Parliament or to acts or laws of or made by legislature of a state shall be construed as including a reference to an ordinance made by President or to an ordinance made by a governor, as case may be. For purpose of Constitution, foreign state means any state other than India, provided that subject to provisions of any law made by Parliament, President may by order declare any state not to be foreign state for such purpose, as may be specified in order. So this was miscellaneous provisions in this Constitution, which are very important to be understood by each and every one. Then we'll talk amendments in next time and other parts. So 367 articles of our requirement we have covered. We did not cover judiciary, we did not cover cooperative societies, and one more chapter we'll cover later on. So we'll cover next one is amendment of this Constitution and other provisions. This is what I expected to tell you about this. And now we have adequate information about Constitution. Being a citizen of this country, we know what Constitution is and what we should know about this Constitution. How this take consideration to this. I explained to you about the mistakes only for English, because now it's better to understand in English, because my Hindi is not very good and I have to read from that document of Constitution in Hindi, and which is very complex Hindi, which is not even understood by a common man. So it's also a waste of time. If you feel you can open that document and understand. I am going to do rest of this only in English, because I can explain better in English than Hindi. It's not what I explained to you in miscellaneous. You understand everything. The definitions are there. What are powers, what are no powers, what are princely states, what are privy persons, and all that, which were done in the Indira Gandhi time, and that we just telling you. But privy persons are abolished. These privy persons are abolished. These titles, princely states, and all that. This prince title is abolished. There are no more prince of things here in this country. That's what is given in the very, very. What is a state and what is all that? What is law? Every definition given. Then you can go and read that. It's very easy to understand. It's not difficult at all. What my purpose was? Why I'm telling you all this? I'm not expert. I'm an engineer, but I want to see what's happening to me as a citizen of this country. I'm working on contracts. I'm working on sites. I'm working with labor. I work everywhere in my field. I work in design. I deal with people. I deal with contractors. I deal with technicians. I deal with engineers, other engineers, bosses, my seniors, and all that. So I have to know what are my rights and what are their rights, what are my obligations, what are the obligations, and that is under control. When you work in any country, you have to comply with that country's law. So suppose you are working in India, you have to comply with Bharat law. If you are working in Libya, you have to conduct that law. It happens everywhere you go, you have to follow that. So we have to understand, being a professional, it's my duty to understand that, because suppose I did some mistake and I have to face court. I have no answer. Court shall ask you why I did not do it. I have no answer. I cannot say that I didn't know it. You cannot say in court you didn't know it. So you are a skilled person, you are educated, you should have known this. If you did not know this, you should have asked somebody, you got references, you have got consultancies from someone. You did not even avail consultancy, you are saying, I did not know it. How can you say, I did not know it? If a man kills someone and he says, I did not know killing is a crime, how can you accept that? If someone kills someone and is in court, and court asks, I did not know, sir, my honor, I did not know that killing is a crime, I'll go to jail. If someone rapes someone, I did not know this is rape. First of all, I don't know this is rape. And if it is rape, I don't know it's a crime. How can you jail me? The court should not accept that. You know it or you don't know it, crime is a crime. You have to face punishment. That is what law is. There's no excuse. Law is say, no, this is evidence, you did it and you are wrong. You are a criminal, you are guilty. You cannot say, I didn't know it. Same thing applies to you. If our constitution, if you don't know provision of this, you cannot say, I don't know it. So you know it better. In your interest, you know it. If you know in your interest, you are fine, you are good. Otherwise, it's no use. You will suffer in your life. You will suffer at every point. You will suffer everywhere. That's what I'm stressing to you to know it. If you know it, fine, it's for you. It's not someone else. If you know something, it's for your benefit. And that is very important if you know for your benefit. And if you know that, that's fine. That's very good. I understand that constitution, of course it is not mandatory to know it, but if you know it, it's for your good. It's for your own sake. It's your own sake and for your benefit, for your future, for everything you do in your life. It is better if you know it. And if you don't know it, nobody is going to kill you, nobody is going to harm you, nobody will do something against you. But it is in your interest, in your professional interest, in your interest of everything. That if you know it, you will be lucky. If you don't know it, you will not be lucky. You will be in difficult position. That's why I just suggest it's better if you know it. And if you know it, it's fine. It's no harm. And you teach others as well, not simply knowing it. You can teach many more people if you know it. You can advise them that please do it, and it's not bad for you, it's good for you. That is what requirement of this is. And repeating every time is no good, because constitution is constitution, you are you. You are working here, we will talk more about this constitution in future, because it is a must requirement. I am also going to speak about constitution YouTube. This is on Facebook, and I am also giving its link to link education, LinkedIn, and I have to see that my information goes to as many professionals, as many persons as possible, so that they can further disseminate it to others. It's not simply for you, it is for general public, for youth particularly, those people who are not aware of what is done, and particular those youth who are fresh graduates and post graduates and experience is nil, and they don't know what it is, and they have to know it. For their purpose it is. I am not a teacher, again I am telling you, I am not expert of constitution, only I am trying to advise you, because I suffered somewhere in my life. I suffered in profession about absence of knowledge. Due to that, being engineer is not adequate that you have no engineering knowledge. You should have many more knowledges. Same thing applies to doctors, and same thing. See, doctors know law in many cases. They know about something about law. Lawyers, of course, they are expert, and chartered accountants know law, and all know law, except some common people, ordinary educated people like me, who's only an engineer, and maybe like you, who are only ordinary graduates and postgraduates and doctors. There should be this requirement. We have to understand, we have to fulfill our requirement. Our requirement is this, that I should not be impacted upon by others when suppose I make mistake, I do something wrong in my life, in my career, in my profession, somewhere else. I should know what is the impact of that, what is the result of that. I missed something, I should know what I missed, why I missed. That is what is requirement, that is what is done. And we have to see that this is very important to understand. We have to do it for each of us, for our country, for family, for a state, and for whole world. If I am an engineer, you are a doctor. If you go overseas, you have to prove that you are a doctor, you are an engineer. They will not see, of course, they will watch your degree, they examine your document, but that document examination for purpose of entry only, not for purpose of work. When you perform there, they will understand you are really an engineer or you are not an engineer, your certification is fake or not fake. Same thing applies to doctor. If doctor doesn't know how to treat How do they will not recognize that person. Same thing, they will not recognize me or you if you don't know job, you don't perform. So knowing job is one thing, performance is another thing, and education is one more thing. You are education because you are academics, you are allows you to enter somewhere. But after entering, you have to prove, you have to perform to their requirement, you have to perform to your professional requirement, and perform your personal capacity, and you have to perform consistently, compete with competency. You have to deliver your jobs. Only then you shall be recognized in international arena or even in your own countries. Here there are so many exceptions, no problem of percentage, the doctrine doesn't matter. Here law is not that applicable, law is not that smooth, it's slow speed law. So here things are different, people are calling and are not worried about, because for 20, 25, 30 years there's no decision, no judgment, so they don't care about that, and that's a very difficult situation in this country. We have to face to improve this, and if you improve this is fine, if you don't improve this, go to waste. All of us go to waste. हमारा देश है, हम क्या करें, इस देश ऐसा होता है, यहाँ कोई समझता नहीं है, कोई समझाना चाहता भी नहीं है। संविधान है, प्रीएम्बल्स है, ड्यूटीज है, नियम है, कानून है, कोई समझेगा तब समझाएंगे, कोई समझना नहीं चाहता, कोई पढ़ना नहीं चाहता। हर आदमी अपने नशे में घूमता है, बस मेरे को नौकरी मिल गई, मैं नौकरी करूंगा, सुबह जाऊंगा, शाम आऊंगा, खाऊंगा पीऊंगा, सोऊंगा, बच्चे पैदा करूंगा, शादी करूंगा, बस पैसे कमाऊंगा, ये मेरा काम है। यही डॉक्टर सोचता है, ये इंजीनियर सोचता है, ये प्रोफेसर सोचता है, बड़े बड़े नेता ही सोचते हैं। नेताओं को अपनी सीट पे आ रहे हैं, सीट से हटना नहीं चाहता कोई भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर, कोई भी मिनिस्टर। एक बार जम गया, बैठ गया तो मेरे बाप की सीट है, मैं छोड़ूंगा नहीं, जबरदस्ती रहूंगा, चाहे मेरे को ईवीएम से चोरी करनी पड़े, रिप्लेस करनी पड़े, गुंडागर्दी करनी पड़े, वोट की रिगिंग करनी पड़े, कुछ भी करना पड़े, मेरे बाप की सीट में जिंदगी में छोड़ूंगा नहीं, मैं इसी पे मरूंगा। ये सोच ऐसी जब हो जाए तो आप क्या करेंगे? जिस देश के लोग अपने आप को बर्बाद बना लें, इस देश को बर्बाद करें, अंग्रेज क्या खराब करेगा हमारा देश, दूसरे क्या खराब किए होंगे जो हम खराब कर रहे हैं। लूट मार हमने की जितनी अंग्रेजों में नहीं की होगी। हमारे दुश्मन हम स्वयं हैं, हमारे देश के दुश्मन हम लोग खुद हैं। पूरा देश के लघु ही दुश्मन है। कोई कुछ करना चाहता है तो करने नहीं देंगे, उसको मारेंगे, पीटेंगे, जलील करेंगे। यही हमारा देश है। हम सोच नहीं सकते, ना समझा सकते, ना समझ सकते। हम जो चाहेंगे, हम जो करें वो करो, बस हम इस देश के मालिक हैं। जब ये सोच बन जाती समाज के अंदर, समाज बर्बादी की तरफ जाता होता है। ना हम अपने समाज को समझते हैं, ना अपने स्वतंत्रता संग्राम को समझते हैं, ना हम ये समझते हैं कि कोई चीज बैठे बैठाए नहीं मिल जाती है। हम ये पकी पकाई रोटी मिल गई, देश को स्वतंत्रता बैठे बैठाए मिल गई। जब हम पैदा हुए थे स्वतंत्र थे, हम तो क्या करें? जो करे थे, जो देखे थे, जिन्होंने खून बहाया वो मगाए, उनको छोड़ के चले गए। हमको अब संभालना, हमें हम संभाल भी नहीं सकते। हम ऐसे लोग हैं, हमारा बाप मकान बना के दे, हमारे माता पिता हमें प्रॉपर्टी दे जाए, हम इस प्रॉपर्टी को मेंटेन भी ना कर पाए, उसकी सफाई ना कर पाए, पेंट ना कर पाए, उसका टैक्स भी ना दे पाए। हमारी वो हालत है आज। हमारा देश आजाद है, सब कुछ है कहने के लिए, दुनिया भर के उधार हमारे ऊपर है, दुनिया भर की जिम्मेदारी हमारे ऊपर है, हम कुछ निभा नहीं सकते। हम बम बनाना चाहते हैं, हम लड़ाई करना चाहते हैं, हम देश को तोड़ना चाहते हैं। कोई कुछ चाहता है, कोई कुछ चाहता है। संभालने वाले बहुत कम हैं। पावर में सब आना चाहते हैं, पावर निभाना नहीं चाहते। वायदे सब करते हैं, वायदा पूरा कोई करना नहीं चाहता। झूठ सब बोलते हैं, सच्चाई से बहुत दूर है। फिर कहते हैं हमने बोल दिया तो बोल दिया, कर दिया तो कर दिया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? सब कुछ थोड़ी हो सकता है, हर चीज थोड़ी मिल जाती है, कही जाती है। फिर आप कहते क्यों, कुत्ते की तरह भौंकते क्यों हो? जब कुछ नहीं कर सकते तो हम पागल गधे हैं कि आपको वोट देते हैं? क्यों दें हम आपको वोट? इसलिए कि आप झूठ बोले, बाद में कहते हैं मैंने कहा नहीं था, इसका मतलब कुछ और था। ऐसे लोग आप हैं, और आप भी हम में से हैं। हमारे ही समाज से आप बन के गए हैं। इसका मतलब यह है कि जिन समाज से हम जाते हैं नेतागिरी करने, जिस समाज से हम जाते हैं काम करने, वो समाज एक कचरे का ढेर है। वो समाज एक सेप्टिक टैंक है जिसके अंदर गंद भर गया है। हमारे यहाँ सब कुछ अंदर खराब गया है। हम कुछ समझना नहीं चाहते, देश को सुधारना नहीं चाहते। बातें बड़ी बड़ी करेंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे, लेकिन सड़क भी साफ नहीं है, गली भी साफ नहीं है। कितना पैसा लगा दे, सफाई पे साफ नहीं हुई, क्या फायदा? शिक्षा पे हम पैसा लगाना नहीं चाहते, हेल्थ पे हम पैसा लगाना नहीं चाहते। हम चाहते हैं हम आगे बढ़ जाएं। अगर पढ़ेंगे नहीं तो आगे कहाँ से बढ़ेंगे? विद्या सीखेंगे नहीं तो आगे क्या काम करेंगे? ट्रेनिंग नहीं लेंगे तो काम कैसे होगी? स्किल नहीं समझेंगे तो आगे क्या काम करेंगे? हम हाथ का काम नहीं करना चाहते, हम तो अफसर बनना चाहते हैं, हम आईएएस बनना चाहते हैं, हम ऑफिस में बैठ के एयर कंडीशन में काम करना चाहते हैं, हम गाड़ों में घूमना चाहते हैं, कारों में, हवाई जहाजों में, दुनिया भर के हम टूर करना चाहते हैं, हम दिखाना चाहते हैं देखिए हम कितने बड़े लोग हैं। लेकिन हम देश की सेवा नहीं करना चाहते, नहीं करना चाहते। कौन है बता दीजिए फौज के अंदर नेताओं का बच्चा? कौन है आईएएस के बच्चे फौज में? कितने मरे आज तक? कितनों ने शहीद हुआ है? क्या कोई रिकॉर्ड? कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं है। आपके बच्चे जाएं विदेश में पढ़ने के लिए, आप बीमारों तो विदेश चले जाएं, आपके पास सरकारी पैसा लुटा दें, आपका हंसाया पैसा वो आपने कमाया था। क्या किया था आपने? जब तक हम इस चीज को नहीं सुधारेंगे कुछ फायदा नहीं है। फालतू की बहस होती है पार्लियामेंट में, कोई मतलब नहीं होता बहस का, कोई मतलब नहीं होता। आपने बिल पास करना है, सर गिन के कितनों ने हाँ कही, कितनों ने ना कही, तो भाई पहले ही गिन लो, क्या जरूरत है टाइम खराब करने की? मैं बहस करूं, जाके डिबेट करूं और मेरी बात कोई सुनने वाला ना हो, हा 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 शोर मचा के खत्म कर दे, उस बात का फायदा क्या है? उसने क्या कहा, कितने पॉइंट थे, कोई उसकी एवेल्यूएशन नहीं है। अगर कोई एमपी बहस करता है, कहता है कि इसके ये पॉइंट है, कोई सुनता ही नहीं है। सुन लेते हैं सब, उसको जलील भी करते रहते हैं, उसको मजाक भी उड़ाते रहते हैं और स्पीकर रोकता रहता है, और स्पीकर भी अपना काम नहीं करता है, एमपीएस भी अपना काम नहीं करते। जो बोल रहा है उसकी बात को समझा नहीं जाता, उसको एनालाइज नहीं किया जाता, उसकी बात में कितना दफा देखा नहीं जाता, और जब बिल पास या फेल किया जाता है तो उसकी बात में क्या थी, उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं होती। चाहे राज्यसभा हो चाहे लोकसभा हो, दोनों के दोनों कूड़े के ढेर हैं। लोकसभा में तो माना गधे आते हैं, राज्यसभा में तो गधे नहीं आते। राज्यसभा में तो बुद्धिजीवी आते हैं, वहां तो पढ़े लिखे लोग आते हैं, वहां तो प्रैग्मेटिक लोग आते हैं, वो भी नहीं समझते। वहां भी हेड काउंट होता है, सर लिए हाँ भाई इतने हाँ कहा, इतने नहा कहा, बिल पास कर दो, रिजेक्ट कर दो। फिर उस बहस का फायदा क्या है? खाली पार्लियामेंट के जर्नल के लिए आप लिखे जाता है, पार्लियामेंट में जर्नल जाएंगे, रिकॉर्ड होंगे किस आदमी ने क्या कहा था। अरे किसी ने कहा था या नहीं कहा था, क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? उससे उसकी वैल्यू नहीं हुई तो अगर कोई बात सही कहता है तो उसको मार्क्स दिए जाने चाहिए। हेड काउंट करने के लिए क्या फायदा है? फिर बहस क्यों कराते हैं वैसा? फिर बस बात जरूरत ही नहीं है बिल लाने की पार्लियामेंट में, आप वैसे ही पास कर दीजिए। देश को धोखा दिया जा रहा है, देश की जनता को बेवकूफ बनाया जा रहा है, और हम बन रहे हैं। अफसोस इस बात का कि हम बेवकूफ बनते जा रहे हैं। पढ़े लिखे ज्यादा बेवकूफ बन रहे हैं, अनपढ़ तो फिर भी जानते ही नहीं चीजों को। जो पढ़ा लिखा इंसान है, हमारे देश का व्यक्ति है, उससे ज्यादा बेवकूफ तो कोई बन नहीं सकता, क्योंकि उसकी सोच शक्ति खत्म हो चुकी है। सोचने की शक्ति पढ़ाई देती है, लेकिन यहाँ खत्म हो चुकी है। उसकी शक्ति एक है, जॉब करो बस, खाओ पियो मस्त रहो बस। जब तक ये हमारी कंडीशन हो गई, देश की हालत हो गई, तो हम आगे कैसे बढ़ सकते हैं? सोचने की शक्ति पढ़ाई देती है, विज्ञान ज्ञान देता है। अगर हमारा दिमाग सोच नहीं सकता तो उस पढ़ाई का फायदा क्या है? अगर हम क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकते, बात नहीं कर सकते, सिर्फ आपने क्या किया था, तो हमारी ऐसी वैल्यू क्या है? अगर एक आदमी कह रहा है कि इस डिबेट में कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, इसके कारण ही, और वो बात सही कह रहा है, तो उसको कंसिडर नहीं किया जाता, हंसी मजाक में छोड़ दिया जाता है, बहस की जाती है, उल्टा बोला जाता है, बोलने नहीं देते उसको। तो पार्लियामेंट ऐसी होती है क्या? चाहे किसी भी पार्टी को, मैं किसी पार्टी की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, सब एक ही है। बस सारी बहस हो गई, 10 घंटे बहस कराई, उस बहस के बाद वोट काउंट करा दो, पास हो गया उसका नंबर। तो उसका क्या फायदा है? अपने आप को क्यों धोखा दे रहे हैं हम? किस लिए धोखा दे रहे हैं? किसके लिए? हमारा पर्पस एक है कि हम जो करें, हमारा बिल पास हो जाए, चाहे बहस हो, इज्जत को फेंक दो पर एक हो, जबरदस्ती पास करा लो। ये एक बात है। अगर ऊपर ऐसा हो रहा है तो नीचे क्या होगा? नीचे भी घपले हो रहे हैं, हर जगह, हर डिपार्टमेंट में, हर समाज में, हर मिनिस्ट्री में घपले हो रहे हैं। तो क्या करोगे आप? इसलिए हमें अपने देश को समझने के लिए हमें संविधान को समझना आवश्यक है। हम संविधान नहीं समझ सकते, हम अपने समाज को नहीं समझ सकते, हम पढ़ नहीं सकते, हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है, बच्चों के पास टाइम नहीं है कि आधा घंटा एक हफ्ते में या 1 घंटा या जब भी समय मिलता है कुछ पढ़ लें, जान लें इसमें क्या लिखा है, इंटरनेट से डाउन करके देख लें। इतना भी नहीं कर सकते हम। हमें शर्म आती है, छोड़ो यार क्या संविधान लेके बैठ गए, है क्या, हमें क्या लेना देना संविधान से? हमें क्या मतलब है संविधान से? होता क्या है संविधान? कुछ नहीं होता। हमें तो क्रिकेट के मैच से लेना है, हमें फुटबॉल के मैच से लेना है, हमें वीडियो गेम से लेना है, हमें गाने सुनने हैं, हमें फिल्म स्टारों को देखना है, हमें ये करना है, हमें वो करना है, इन चीजों में रहते हैं। आप जाके 2000 की विस्की पी सकते हैं, वाइन पी सकते हैं, सब कुछ कर सकते हैं, घूम फिर सकते हैं, गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ बॉयफ्रेंड में जा सकते हैं, पूरे पूरे दिन खराब कर सकते हैं। अपने देश के लिए आपके पास कुछ समय नहीं है। फिर आप देश को यूज भी करना चाहते हैं, देश की शक्ति लेना भी चाहते हैं, सब कुछ आप चाहते भी हैं, करेंगे नहीं। इसलिए मैंने कहा कि आपकी जो अधिकार हैं मिलने वाले हैं, जो आपको या संविधान जो आपको देता है, वो मुफ्त में नहीं देता है। वो आपको अपनी ड्यूटी, अपने कर्म भी पूरे करने होंगे, अपना काम भी पूरा करना होगा। जो उम्मीद करता है संविधान आपसे, वो आप पूरे कीजिए, अपनी ड्यूटी भी लीजिए, अपना राइट भी लीजिए। लेकिन आप ड्यूटी नहीं करना चाहते, आप कहते बस हमें दे दो, बस कुछ भी दे दो, जॉब दे दो, पैसा दे दो, लोन दे दो, बस इतना चाहिए आपको। खा जाओ लोन को लेकर, सब खा गए, आप भी खा जाओ। पढ़ाई लिखाई उसे कहा जाता है जिसका काम आए, जिसका भी यूज करें, नॉलेज उसको कहते हैं। आपको डिग्री आपके पास है, एक्सपीरियंस आपको कहते हमें काम दे दो, हमें पढ़ाई कर लिया, अरे आप करके क्या देंगे उस पैसे से वापस? ये भी तो सोचना आपका काम है। आपको जो जॉब दिया जाता है, अगर वो जॉब आप कर नहीं सकते, हाथ का काम आपको करना आता नहीं, टेक्निकल काम आप कर नहीं सकते, आप ऐसा काम कर नहीं सकते, इससे मेहनत लगती है, आपको चाहिए एयर कंडीशन रूम, कंप्यूटर चाहिए, उसके बैठ पे आप काम करना चाहते हैं। और बहुत से लोग तो वो भी नहीं कहते, अरे यार गार्ड बना दो, मैं गार्ड बैठाऊंगा, बाहर बैठाऊंगा, कुछ भी सोता रहूंगा और मेरी ड्यूटी खत्म। हर आदमी तो गार्ड नहीं रख सकता, हर आदमी तो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता। जो आपको पैसा देगा तो वो आपसे रिटर्न भी लेगा। अगर कोई आपको एक्स अमाउंट देता है तो 4x वापस भी लेगा आपसे। आपको ये सोचना चाहिए। तो वो देश की हालत भी है। हमारे यहाँ तो हरामखोर सरकारी है सारे, कितने करोड़ लोग सरकारी हैं, आप देख लीजिए क्या उनके आउटपुट है, कोई आउटपुट नहीं है। और प्राइवेट सेक्टर में ये हाल होता है, वहाँ कौन सा आउटपुट, वहाँ भी क्वालिटी नहीं, कुछ नहीं है, सारे एक से रंग में रंग गए। तो आपको अपने देश से लेना है तो आपको देना भी है। आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा क्योंकि आपको कोई समझा नहीं रहा। आपके नेता हरामखोर हैं सारे, चोर डकैत हैं सारे। हर नेता के बारे में मेरा यही विचार है। जो नेतागिरी करता है, जो काम करता है, मैं उसकी बात नहीं कह रहा। जो सिर्फ बातें, जो आदमी याद रखना लाइफ में, जो आदमी सिर्फ बातें करता है, बिना मतलब की बातें करता है, मैं ये कर दूंगा, मैं वो कर दूंगा, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, मैं वो कर सकता हूँ, लंबी लंबी बातें करेगा आपसे, लेकिन वो आदमी कभी कुछ नहीं करेगा आपके लिए। और जो आदमी सीरियस लेके काम करेगा, आपको ज्यादा विश्वास में नहीं लेगा, जो आपको ज्यादा वायदे नहीं करेगा, याद रख लेना वो आदमी आपका काम करके देगा। ये लाइफ का प्रिंसिपल है। जो बादल गरजते हैं वो बरसते बहुत कम हैं, और जो बरसते हैं वो गरजते नहीं है, बरसते हैं। ऐसा होता है। आपको विश्वास करना चाहिए अपने ऊपर कि पहले आप आदमी की सही सिलेक्शन करें। जो बातें करता है ज्यादा, इसका मतलब उसको काम नहीं आता है। और जो ज्यादा बातें इसलिए करता है कि जो दूसरा कलीग काम करने वाला, उसको आगे ना निकलने दें, उसकी काट करते जाएं। और जो काट करता है तो उसका मतलब उसको अपना काम नहीं आता। और जो दूसरे को सलाह देता है, दूसरे की सपोर्ट करता है, याद रखना उसको काम आता है। ये मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है। ज्यादा बोलने वाले पे, ज्यादा प्यार से बोलने वाले पे, ज्यादा चमचागिरी करने वाले पे कभी विश्वास नहीं करना, वो आपको धोखा ही देगा। हर बात पे ब्लाइंडली विश्वास नहीं करना चाहिए। जब तक नॉलेज ना हो उसको मत मानिए आप। लेकिन आप मानते हैं, आपको चमचागिरी पसंद है, आपको हर वो चीज पसंद है जो आपकी अच्छाई कही जाए। और जो आपका विरोधी होगा ना, जो आपको क्रिटिसाइज करेगा, वो एक्चुअली आपका दोस्त है। आपको बता रहा है, देखें आपने ये गलती की, ठीक करो उसको। वो आपका साथी है। बेशक गुस्से में बोले या चिढ़ा के बोले या जो भी करके बोले, वो आपको बताएगा कि ये रास्ता सही है और ये रास्ता गलत है। हर आदमी मिलता है जिंदगी में। इसलिए इस देश को समझने के लिए आपको पहले अपने आप को सुधारना होगा। अपने आप को इस देश का समझना होगा। आधा इधर दिमाग है, आधा मुझे अमेरिका में जाके बसना है, आधा इधर दिमाग है, मुझे ओवरसीज में बसना है, वहां ही बसूंगा मैं तो अमेरिका में सेटल होऊंगा, कनाडा में सेटल होऊंगा। अरे वहां भी कुछ नहीं है, वो भी भुखनंगे हैं। कब तक खिला देंगे वो आपको? कितना है उनके पास, वो भी उधार में बैठे हैं। कोई आज राजा नहीं है दुनिया का, सब मरे हुए हैं। कहते रहे हम सुपर पावर है, काहे की सुपर पावर है? कुछ सुपर पावर नहीं है, बेकार है सब, फुस्सड़ है सब। बस दम है, मारो, दूसरे को पीट लो, छीन लो। इराक को पीट लो, छीन लो। ईरान को पीट लो, छीन लो। लीबिया को पीट लो, छीन लो। अफगानिस्तान को पीट लो, छीन लो। यही काम है। इनको लड़वा दो, मेरा सामान ले लो, फाइटर्स ले लो, F-35 ले लो, मेरे S-400 ले लो। यही काम है सबका। आपको मारने के लिए आपसे पैसे लेके आपको सामान बेचते हैं। ये दुनिया का रूल है। और हम अपनी मेहनत का पैसा हमको देके सामान खरीदते हैं। ये हमारी बेवकूफी है। जब तक हम अपने देश को जलाना के नहीं सोचेंगे, बनाने, आप सोचिए, हम सब लड़ना नहीं चाहते, हम देश को आगे लेकर जाने जाते हैं। अमेरिका भी आपका दुश्मन हो जाएगा। आज चाइना आगे निकलना चाहता है, अपना पैसा डेवलपमेंट लगा चाहता है, तो कितना गुस्सा आ रहा है अमेरिका को, कितना गुस्सा आ रहा है उसको। ये मेरे से आगे कैसे निकल जाएगा? मैं हूँ दुनिया का मालिक, मैं सबसे आगे रहना चाहता हूँ। जो आदमी इस घमंड में आ जाए कि मैं दुनिया का मालिक हूँ, मैं सबसे आगे रहना चाहता हूँ, समझ लीजिए उसका पतन शुरू हो चुका है। और हम नहीं चाहते कि हमारा भी पतन ऐसा हो। लेकिन हम भी उसी दिमाग की तरफ जा रहे हैं। हम विश्व गुरु हैं। हम विश्व गुरु जब से सोचने लगे, हमारी एजुकेशन ही खराब हो गई है, गिर गई है। हमारे बच्चों को कुछ नहीं आता। अंग्रेजी सीखना काफी बड़ी बात नहीं है, मैथ्स भी आना चाहिए, फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री भी आनी चाहिए, ज्ञान विज्ञान भी आना चाहिए, सब कुछ आना चाहिए आगे बढ़ने के लिए। लेकिन नहीं आएगा हमको, हम नहीं करेंगे उसको। ये हमने कसम खा ली, हमने गिरना ही गिरना है, अपने हाथ का तुड़वाने ही तुड़वाने हैं। ये हमने शपथ ली है। हमने इस देश को बर्बादी के कारण लेके जाना है, ये हमने शपथ ली है। हमने चोरों गुंडों को राज के नीचे रहना है, ये हमने शपथ ली है। हमने लोकसभा की ऐसी की तैसी करनी है, हमने शपथ ली है। हमने शपथ ये नहीं ली कि हमारा देश जिसने आजाद कराया, हमने उनका काम करना है। हमने उन लोगों, अपने देश को लुटाना है। हमने टैक्स देना है, इन चोरों ने खाना है। हमारे मेहनत की कमाई इन्होंने लूटनी है। ये गुंडे जो आज बैठे हैं राजनीति में, हमने इनको सपोर्ट करना है, इनको और वोट देने हैं। लूट लो हमें, सब लूट लो हमारा, ऐश करो तुम, मरे हम। ये हमने शपथ ली है। हम गुंडों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, आतंकवादियों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, बदमाशों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, खुल के वोट दे रहे हैं। लोग बैठे हैं सीटों पे जाके। आज 233 हैं, कल को 400 हो जाएंगे, फिर पूरे गुंडे राजा बनेंगे। आज जो बैठे हैं अमित शाह जैसे लोग, वो कौन है? मोदी कौन है? सोचिए जरा। ये सीधे लोग हैं क्या? इन्हें आप सीधा कहते हैं? ये अपने आप को सत्यवादी समझते हैं। और सबसे बड़े क्रिमिनल्स भी यही हैं। सब नेता ऐसे हैं, हर एक को सीट चाहिए, कैसे भी चाहिए, चोरी से, डकैती से, किसी भी उत्कंडे से उनको पावर में आना है और पब्लिक की ऐसी की कैसी करनी है। बुरा हाल है आज रोजगारी का, आप तो जानते हैं सब। रोजगार क्या है, युवा क्या है, मर रहा है, लेकिन काम नहीं सीखा किसी ने, सिखाया नहीं, कोई वैल्यू नहीं कि वो बेचारा काम कर ले, देश को आगे। अर्थव्यवस्था की हालत डाउन है, हेल्थ व्यवस्था की हालत डाउन है। जिस देश की शक्ति, स्वास्थ्य खराब हो, जिसकी शिक्षा खराब हो, जिसकी इकोनॉमी खराब हो, जिसकी राजनीतिक हालत खराब हो, वो क्या करेगा? हंसते हैं सब, हंसते रहो, हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है, हम तो पावर में है ना। बात मेरी सिर्फ यहाँ खत्म नहीं होगी, ये बहुत आगे चलेगी। मैं सिर्फ इतना चाहता हूँ कि आप खुद समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। मैं तो आपको सिर्फ रास्ता दिखा रहा हूँ, आप पढ़िए तो सही, कुछ समझिए तो सही, कुछ क्वेश्चन करिए। नहीं, बोलने दो। कोई बेवकूफ है, पढ़ पढ़ के आ गया, बस बोले जा रहा है, इधर से सुन के उधर से सुन के बोल देता है। सोच ऐसी हो गई, इसमें आपका भी कसूर नहीं है, सबका कसूर नहीं है। अब बहुत देर हो गई, अब मैं इसको बंद करूंगा, काफी टाइम हो गया है और भी काम है, 1.25 घंटा हो गया है। और अब मैं चाहूंगा कि इसको आगे बंद करें, क्योंकि ज़्यादा भी चलना बहुत बढ़िया नहीं है। और अभी आपका ध्यान दिया, अगली बार हम आगे बात करेंगे। आज मिसलेनियस की बात थी, उसके बाद दूसरी बातें आएंगी और कुछ और चैप्टर रह जाएंगे, उसके बाद में बात करेंगे। लेकिन मुझे इसके अलावा और टेक्निकल बातें भी दूसरे वीडियोस में कर रही हैं। ये तो चली कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की, जो मैं चाहता था कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में एक अप्रेजल हो जाए लोगों के साथ, तो वो तो जरूरी है हिसाब से कि आज जो चल रहा है। और शायद हो सकता है आप लोगों के काम आए ना आए, मैं नहीं कह सकता, आपके इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर है। मैं जानता हूँ लोग ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट इन चीज़ों में नहीं लेते, लोगों को एंटरटेनमेंट चाहिए और मैं एंटरटेनमेंट दे नहीं सकता। मैं तो सीरियस बात करता हूँ और सीरियस ही करूँगा। आपको सुनना है सुनिए, नहीं सुनना तो मत सुनिए, आपकी मर्जी है। सुनेंगे तो अपने लिए सुनेंगे, अपने बच्चों के लिए सुनेंगे, अपने बच्चों को सिखाएं। अगर सिखाएंगे तो टाइम तो लगता है इसमें समझने के लिए, नहीं तो भाई आपकी ज़िंदगी है, आपका देश है, जो मर्जी कीजिए, मैं कौन होता हूँ कहने वाला। बस इतना ही कहता हूँ, धन्यवाद। जय भारत, धन्यवाद।